Do you fully understand your paycheck? Or does it feel like you're trying to solve a complex puzzle? Well, you're not alone. For many of us, the paycheck can seem like a maze of numbers and terms that's challenging to navigate. But fear not, we're here to help you crack this code. In this video, we'll take you on a journey to understand the key elements of your paycheck. We'll start with your gross pay, which is essentially your total earnings before any deductions. Then we'll move on to net pay, your take-home amount after all deductions. We'll also delve into the world of taxes, both federal and state, and how they impact your earnings. But that's not all. We'll also look into Social Security and other deductions, which might seem small but can add up over time. Understanding these elements is crucial to manage your finances better and make informed decisions. So, are you ready? Stick around to demystify the paycheck puzzle. First, look at the top of your paycheck for your gross pay. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, think of gross pay as your overall earnings, the total amount you've made before any deductions swoop in. This sum includes various components. If you're an hourly wage earner, it's the number of hours you've worked multiplied by your rate of pay. For salaried folks, it's a portion of your annual salary. And let's not forget about overtime. If you've worked extra hours, those are added in too. But gross pay isn't limited to just these. It also includes any bonuses you've been lucky enough to receive, and if you're in a sales role, it might even include commissions from your successful deals. So, when you look at your paycheck, that big number at the top, that's your gross pay. It's the total amount you've earned. But unfortunately, it's not the amount you'll take home. Now scroll down to the bottom of your paycheck. There you'll find your net pay. This figure is essentially what you've earned minus all the deductions. You see, when you look at the gross pay, it might seem like a large sum, but it's not the actual amount that you take home. Deductions such as federal and state taxes, Social Security, and healthcare premiums are subtracted from your gross pay to arrive at the net pay. This is why your net pay is often significantly less than your gross pay. Think of the net pay as the amount that you'll actually pocket and use for your monthly expenses. It's the money that will land in your bank account and that you'll use to pay the bills, buy groceries, and cover other personal expenses. So, while your gross pay is important, your net pay is what really matters in the grand scheme of things. Remember, net pay is what you'll actually see in your bank account. Now let's tackle the big beast, federal taxes. Federal taxes are those deductions made by the government from your paycheck, and they encompass a few different categories. Let's break these down. First up, we have the federal income tax. This is a progressive tax, meaning the percentage that you're taxed increases as your income does. The more you earn, the more you pay. This tax primarily funds the general operations of the federal government, including defense, infrastructure, and public services. Next on our list is the Medicare tax. This tax is a flat 2.9%, split evenly between employer and employee. If you're self-employed, you're responsible for the full amount. This tax goes towards funding Medicare, a government healthcare program primarily for folks age 65 and older. Then we have the Social Security tax. This is a flat rate tax of 12.4%, again split between employer and employee, unless you're self-employed. This tax funds the Social Security program, which provides benefits for retired workers, the disabled, and their dependents. All these taxes are mandatory deductions set by the government. They're non-negotiable and are taken out of your paycheck before it even hits your bank account. Now, you might be thinking, that's a lot of money coming out of my paycheck. And you're not wrong. But it's important to remember that these taxes fund critical programs and services that many of us rely on, directly or indirectly. They help keep our roads maintained, our communities safe, and provide a safety net for when we retire or if we become unable to work. So, while it might sting to see those deductions on your paycheck, remember that they're going towards making our society function. And who knows, one day you may be the one benefiting from these programs. Federal taxes may seem like a bite out of your paycheck, but they fund important programs and services. Beyond federal taxes, you'll see state taxes and other deductions. Let's take a moment to unravel this part of the paycheck puzzle. State taxes, as the name suggests, are taxes levied by the state where you work. These taxes fund state services like roads, schools, and public safety. Not every state has an income tax, though. 7 states, namely Alaska, Florida, Nevada, South Dakota, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming, don't collect income tax at all. 2 others, New Hampshire and Tennessee, only tax interest and dividend income. So, depending on where you reside, your paycheck may look a bit different from others. Now, let's move on to other deductions. These are a diverse bunch, and they can vary widely based on your personal choices and circumstances. Some of the most common ones include health insurance premiums, retirement contributions, and wage garnishments. Health insurance premiums are typically deducted pre-tax, which means they lower your taxable income. If you've opted into your employer's health insurance plan, you'll see these deductions on your paycheck. Retirement contributions, such as those to a 401(k) or a 403(b) plan, are also deducted from your paycheck. These are typically pre-tax deductions, meaning they reduce your taxable income now, and you'll pay taxes on them when you withdraw the money in retirement. Wage garnishments are a different beast altogether. These are court-ordered deductions to pay off a debt or obligation. They might be for child support, student loans, or unpaid taxes. They're usually a last resort and aren't as common as other types of deductions. Lastly, remember that these deductions aren't just disappearing into thin air. They're going towards your future, your health, and the smooth running of your community. These deductions might feel like a pinch, but they often go towards important benefits and savings. So, we've broken down the paycheck. Now, it's time to put the puzzle pieces together. Let's do a quick recap of what we've covered so far. Gross pay, that's the big number at the top of your paycheck, represents your total earnings before any deductions. This includes your base salary or hourly wages, plus any overtime, bonuses, or other additional compensation you've earned. Then comes the net pay, the amount that actually lands in your bank account. This is your gross pay minus all deductions. It's the money you can actually use to pay your bills, save for the future, or treat yourself to that fancy coffee you love. But what are these mysterious deductions that nibble away at your gross pay? Well, they're not so mysterious after all. They're mainly composed of federal taxes, state taxes, and other deductions such as health insurance premiums, retirement contributions, or union dues. Federal taxes are the largest chunk of the pie, funding everything from national defense to Social Security. Remember, the amount you pay in federal taxes is based on your income level and tax filing status. State taxes, on the other hand, vary from state to state and fund local projects and services. Some states have no income tax at all, while others can take a significant portion of your paycheck. Other deductions are more personal and depend on choices you make, like participating in a healthcare plan or contributing to a retirement account. These deductions can provide you with important benefits, but they do reduce your take-home pay. Now that we've pieced together the paycheck puzzle, it's crucial to keep checking your paycheck regularly. Mistakes can happen, and it's important to catch them early. Plus, understanding where your money is going can help you make more informed financial decisions. Remember, understanding your paycheck isn't just about knowing where your money goes. It's about ensuring you're paid correctly and making informed financial decisions. So keep solving that paycheck puzzle. Before we wrap up, there's one more thing we'd like to ask you. If you found this guide helpful and want to keep getting the scoop on financial matters or other topics you care about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you think we've done a good job of solving the paycheck puzzle, give us a thumbs up. Your support helps us in creating more content. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone who might benefit from understanding their paycheck better. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your hard-earned money. So keep those questions coming, and we'll keep answering them.